We don't hear enough about young people with that kind of determination in this country, and that's the American dream. I got a lot of family from Alabama, and they would walk long distances to get things done years ago. That was almost a commonplace thing, but you don't hear about these things anymore. So you're famous now. What do you plan on doing?
Just go out and inspire more people, meet new people, hear their stories, let them know somebody out there cares. With the GoFundMe account that I have, it's reached a lot. I'll be donating to the Birmingham Ed Foundation when everything's settled in. Just go out to schools and listen to the students and people and just inspire and help more people like I love to do. Just go out and help people.
So that was my interview last night, Walter Carr. Got a little bit choked up, in part because I think this is more than a story about determination. My mom grew up in Uniontown, Alabama. That's 100 miles away from Carr's hometown, and I visited Alabama so much, particularly in the late 60s and early 70s, and I can tell you, the idea that walking long distances, you had to do that just to get to the general store, but, I distinctly remember where there was a shack where this older white woman who was blind sold candy and sodas, and she always had change on the table, and no one ever stole from her, in part because some drastic things would happen to you, mostly from law enforcement. And think about this. With this kid, you had cops pick him up, take him to breakfast, take him to the county line, the city limit, tell their friends in the next town that, hey, be on the lookout for him. They pick him up and drive him exactly to where he has to go. I mean, this is a story we don't hear in 2018, but this is what America is right now. And I think the officers, the law enforcement officers in this story, need a major shout out as well. We've come a long way, and most Americans don't even realize it because we never hear great news. So I want to talk about this right now, bring in a very special guest, Dr. Rick Rigsby. He is the author of Lessons from a Third Grade Dropout. He joins me now. There's so many facets of that story, that are wonderful, but I also thought about that. Imagine this. I mean, a dark road, Alabama, middle of the night. Americans don't know that this exists, that this is what America is these days.
Well, first of all, Charles, it's great to be with you. This story is amazing. Based on what you just said alone, it would be amazing to be able to overcome and to see progress displayed clearly. This story speaks to the greatness of what America can be. Here you have a young man who walks through the night, 14 miles, and is picked up, not accosted, but picked up by police officers who care for him simply because he wants to honor his commitment. This speaks to the greatness of America, and I totally agree with you. Of course, black lives matter, but so do white lives, and so do brown lives. And if my Bible is correct, all lives matter. All lives include those in blue uniforms. This is a story that speaks to the greatness of our great country.
And of course, Rick, the kid himself, he seems like he's going to do the right thing with his newfound fame. I just hope that this aspect of the story gets picked up, because everyone involved, from the young man to his boss to the police officers, deserve credit. And also, we need to understand we deserve credit as a nation. We're not the nation often portrayed in the news.
You're right, Charles. Every single role that was portrayed in this drama, in this real-life drama, deserves the greatest of credit. It was Dennis Kimbrough who made this statement once: great people do things that other people don't.